excited to see my boy, Post Malone, dropping up the Flawless Gang.
From a Vietnamese immigrant without a dime in his pocket to rocking hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of jewelry every night, driving luxury cars, and being name-dropped in countless rap songs without actually being a musician, Johnny Dang has already made a massive, unreplaceable mark in the hip-hop world. Not as a rapper, producer, or really even in the music business, but as an exceptional jeweler who definitely made a chain or two for at least one of your favorite rappers. Johnny Dang's story of success started before he was even born, as his father was a jewelry trader in his motherland of Vietnam. Johnny Dang was born on November 21st, 1974, and in 1987 his father left the country on a boat and moved to the US. 9 years later, Dang's family and Johnny himself immigrated to the land of opportunity as well. Johnny Dang's first reaction as they arrived in the country was pure astonishment. After landing, I couldn't believe my eyes because I saw a 2-level freeway for the first time. They lived together in Houston, Texas, where Dang's father taught him how to do jewelry repairs and make accessories himself. His thoughts on immigration were rather positive, as he was taught from an early age that if there's a country where you can make a name for yourself, that's gotta be the United States. As he said, "Honestly, I did not know I could become that big as I am today. All I knew was there was a big opportunity here." Dang spent a couple of years working in a small booth located at a local flea market. Here he was making $100 a month completing various repair jobs for the locals. With time passing by, Dang learned more and more about the jewelry craft and how different his motherland's culture was from the US. As Johnny Dang recalls, the jewelry in America is much larger, especially for hip-hop. The amount of gold carats used in jewelry here is also much more than in Asia. One of the other big differences between Vietnamese and American techniques was the fact that in Asia, the accessories were usually handcrafted, contrary to the US where manufacturers took the mass production approach with a high reliance on new tech and advanced tools. Nonetheless, Dang recognized the rules of the land and stepped up, learning how to use everything the US jewelry industry had to offer at the time. By 1998, Johnny Dang already had a small jewelry store of his own that he called TV Jewelry, where T stood for Tuan and V stood for Dang's home, Vietnam. In 2002, he met an American rapper and DJ, Paul Wall, who was stunned by Dang's skills at making grills. The biggest benefit of Dang's technique was that his grills didn't require the filing of teeth. Later, the two started a business of their own, and Dang's newly found connection with Paul Wall helped them enter the US hip-hop scene of the early 2000s. Their business was thriving as Wall's entrepreneurship experience and Dang's natural talent for making remarkable, high-quality accessories made a great combination. Another thing that helped the two is Dang's philosophy toward creating jewelry. He believed that each and every item should be unique and help the owner stand out, something that wasn't that widespread back in the mid-2000s. In one of the interviews, Johnny Dang shared his principles for doing business in the jewelry industry. Like with any business, you have to keep giving customers something new and special to keep them coming back. Nobody buys two of the same thing. If you buy 2 rings, you don't want them to be identical, unless they're a matching set. The same for grills. I try a lot of different looks for jewelry, especially grills. Some of them are successful, but I keep testing to see what the market wants. But this constantly trying new things, especially highly technical ones, is what keeps my competition from successfully copying me. And oh boy, did other people try to replicate Johnny Dang's style. Only 2 years after Dang and Paul Wall started their company, grills were arguably the hottest trend in hip-hop fashion at that time, especially in Memphis and Houston, where Dang and Wall had their business located. Now, not only rappers from the South rock grills, everyone wanted them. And more artists like Nelly, who later dropped a single called Grills, started pushing the accessory piece into the mainstream of hip-hop. Paul Wall, who as we already know represented one of the biggest grill making companies in the country, also used this opportunity and released multiple songs of his own featuring the luxurious item. To differentiate his craft from that of the rising number of competitors who often tried to ride on the hype wave of grills and copy Johnny Dang's style, he used different shaped diamonds of unusual colors and his trademark embellishments to give accessory pieces their own identity. The popular train for grills was running full steam ahead, and the rappers that owned the item and rocked it in public, in music videos, at different award shows, etc., basically became brand ambassadors for Dang and Wall's company. With time, the business thrived and expanded, And now Johnny Dang & Co. has more than 70 employees across 3 retail locations that are personally trained by Dang himself to ensure the highest quality of service for the customers. In 2016, the company moved from the Sharpstown Mall, where they started, to a standalone location in a large 2-story building on Richmond Avenue. Here, they not only sell Johnny Dang's trademark grills, but exclusive shoes, bags, and different custom jewelry for their clients. Throughout the years, accessories made by Johnny Dang have gained the status of arguably the best jewelry quality-wise in the hip-hop industry. Dang has an incredibly wide list of clientele with some of the biggest names of the hip-hop scene, such as Jay-Z, Snoop Dogg, Travis Scott, Lil Uzi Vert, Quavo, Chief Keef, Cardi B. However, rappers are not Johnny Dang's only customers, as you can find Dang's jewelry on celebrities like Floyd Mayweather, Katy Perry, Beyonce, Post Malone, Ja Morant, and others. Interestingly, the absolute majority of Dang's celebrity clientele is appreciative of the master behind the craft, taking numerous photos with Johnny and constantly name-dropping him in their music in lines like "Diamonds, diamonds on my watch, diamonds, diamonds on my chain, iced up like the boy Johnny Dang" from the song "Stay Iced Up" by Paul Wall, "Diamonds in my teeth, yeah, they shine like Johnny Dang" from PNB Rock's New Coupe song, and tons of others. At this point, there's a real chance that Johnny Dang might be one of the most shouted out people in hip-hop without having spent a single second in the music industry. Dang also makes frequent appearances in music videos made by his clients, thus promoting his brand even further. Johnny Dang is also well known beyond the US, especially in Vietnam. Johnny Dang created numerous grill sets for Vietnamese rappers Bins and Suboy. Dang has also worked with Vietnamese vocalists Tuan Hung and another person whose name I cannot pronounce. One of the things that makes Johnny Dang's business so successful is his fully client-oriented approach to the craft. Johnny Dang and Paul Wall's brand stands out not only for the top-tier quality, but also for quick turnaround times. To achieve it, Dang had to step up his manufacturing game and come up with a smart solution. He built a special workspace right in his house where the production team is based to make the process as fast as possible. Johnny Dang and his team are making jewelry at breakneck speed, producing 20 to 30 custom pieces set with around 15 to 20,000 diamonds weekly. Despite having thousands of clients practically every month, Johnny Dang ensures that every customer is treated like a celebrity, and his business is above trying to rip the celebrities off. Adamant that he's providing the same level of service to any client regardless of their status. Anyone can get a custom necklace within 2 or 3 weeks, while a grill usually takes less than 10 days, according to Dang. While the flashiness and creativity of Dang's jewelry pieces attract new clients to his business, it's definitely the quality and delivery speed that makes them stay loyal to Johnny's brand. For example, once Travis Scott called Dang out of nowhere and asked for a jewelry piece for his birthday. Boom, 2 days later I got a new set for him, said Johnny Dang. When anybody needs a new jewelry, they call me and I get it done so quick, because a lot of jewelers are middlemen. They actually don't really make the jewelry. That makes me stand out different because we have my own manufacturer here, faster process, much cheaper on the price, and small pieces we can finish in 2 to 3 days. Nobody can get it done in 3 days, we can do it. That's one of the reasons these rappers love me. However, it would be weird to talk about the master without showing his actual craft. Some of Dang's most impressive works are his custom piece for a comedian, Lil Duval, that basically represents a toilet necklace, his King of Bling kinda self-portrait piece, his exclusive $100,000 Godzilla chain made for the premiere of Godzilla King of the Monsters movie, a double piece inspired by Drip Harder, the album cover, Dang made for Lil Baby and Gunna, and of course Dang's trademark invisible baguette grill for Quavo, and the world's first emerald cut grill for the same rapper. Quoting Johnny Dang himself, "I can make any type of grill you can think of." And with Johnny, you can easily believe that claim. Johnny Dang's effort has been recognized by both his clients and the public, which would gladly rock a grill or two from him. All that fame translated into his estimated net worth, which is in the tens of millions as a result of his big business. Johnny Dang is also interested in charitable activities and maintains a pretty down-to-earth and rather humble persona whenever fans meet him. He frequently holds charity gifts for children in Texas and assists children in Vietnam through his foundation, Johnny Dang Charities. There are also 5 pieces of advice Johnny Dang has for any creator, artist, or craftsman, regardless of his niche. And the first one he says is, if I can do it, everyone can, especially people born in the United States because there are so many opportunities here. The second, keep working hard and love what you do. The third, don't try to cut corners to make fast money, because if you do a shortcut, you'll cut your life short. Another being, never get too comfortable. Success doesn't always last, especially if you're complacent. This is true for entrepreneurs and rappers with hit songs. You have to keep working hard if you don't want to just be a one-hit wonder, which is, given in his experience what he's seen with rappers, a testament. After spending years working at a flea market, spending the best years of his life for $100 a week, Johnny Dang managed to get most of his situation and grinded through the struggles when this level of luxury didn't seem like a possibility. And even after the eventual success, fame, and money, we really only see Johnny Dang talk about his jewelry and being a jeweler and trying to be a better jeweler and businessman. We don't see Johnny Dang trying to have a big personality. We don't hear him talk about other things other than his craft. He pretty much just minds his business and works on his product. But he is definitely an example of an immigrant success story and all that's possible to people who work hard enough in the United States.